get into the rules. Rules are the exact same as combat jiu-jitsu worlds, exact same. We've made one change lately. Real simple. Every match has a 10-minute regulation period. No points, obviously. And then the overtime, traditional EBI OT. Sounds pretty crazy, traditional EBI OT, but that's what it is. Big offense, but you know, there's pros and cons to both. If you're on offense, we want to make it real simple, all right? And the starting point is simple. Leg hooks like this, we're sitting straight up. He's not leaning forward. I'm not leaning back or to the side. He's straight up. I got a seat belt right in the middle of his chest. Not like this. This is not a seat belt. Right in the middle of the chest, ball and socket. If you want to go gable grip in the middle of the chest, that's fine. It's got to be right in the middle of the chest, and we're right here, just like this. His defense, there's only one thing he can do. Like a pull, like you're pulling yourself up. Once I say go, you could do all the other stuff that you want to do. All right, but the starting point, you're here, just like a pull-up. Right here, and just like a pull-up. If you want to open up your thumbs and grab the wrist, you can too. You want to do that, but don't start digging in and getting on the inside of the seatbelt. All right, you can do that after I say go. After I say go, or the ref says go, you do anything you want. All right. As far as spider web, and if you can transition from the back to the arm bar, it's still live. You can go back to the back, it's still live. You can put them in the truck. In EBIOT, the only leg locks that are legal are the leg locks from the truck. Banana split, calf slicer, crotch ripper. No heel hooks. So that's considered escape if you're already in a heel hook situation. Now, spider web, real simple. One deep hook, you can use your right deep hook or your left deep hook. The other hand has to be palm down on the mat. His legs have to be up just like that. Not like this, not like that, and not straight. Just like that. Feet on the ground, just like that. When we say go, when the ref says go, you can do it whatever you want. We just need a starting point, all right? Just a starting point. Here or here. His defense, you only have two choices. After we say go, you can do whatever you want. Figure four, just like this, traditional, or just you could gable grip. You could do that if you want. Some guys like that. Or here. That's it. All right? And the most important thing one of the most important things in the overtime period is keep escaping. Don't think you escape. Look at the ref and say, I'm out. Why didn't you stop it? If you look at the ref and ask him why he hadn't stopped it, you're not out. You're not out. Keep going. If you're out, you'd be really out, and then we would really see it. We're not in a hurry to stop it. It's not like, oh, we want to make sure that you're out. It's like when you're pinning someone in wrestling. As soon as you pin them, they don't just say, okay, over. No, they count 3 seconds. Pin, right? Same thing with the escape. Let's really see the escape. We're in no rush to stop nothing. We're like, ah. You understand? When you're escaping, keep escaping. If you're really out, we will see it. If you escape, and then they pulled you. Also, the get down rule, real quick. You can only stand up for a minute at a time. All right? As soon as you stand up in the middle of the fight, we're going to go 1 minute get down. You have 1 minute to get back down. All right? Whoever is the most aggressive in the stand up will get the choice of top and bottom. All right? So if I was more aggressive, I would choose bottom, but let's just say I choose top. We're here. Double underhooks, head on one side, head not in the middle. Not in the middle. Either side, whatever side you want. Head on the side, and you got and the guy on top, you got your hands up like this. I don't want you to start doing this. When I say go, you could start framing. But this is how we start, just like that. We go ready, set, go, and then we start going. All right? If we stand up again for a minute and we do another get down, the ref's gonna give them the more aggressive. If they're both aggressive, then we're gonna do a coin flip. We could always do a coin flip if the ref is not sure. But if it's clear one person is trying to get the fight to the ground, the other person is just defending, the person that's aggressive is it's got to be clear. All right? Worst case, we flip a coin. The third get down to prevent what happened with Craig Jones and Felipe Pena, where they kept standing up from the takedowns. They had like 5 or 6 get downs. So right there, I was commentating that. I was like, okay, we got to fix that. So on the third one, if there's a third get down, the most aggressive guy is going to get to decide top or bottom, and 100% they're going to choose to mount. Because the third get down, we're going to start in the mount like this, with the hands on the mat like this. He could be like that. This is a third get down. See how? We just wanna avoid what happened with Craig Jones. And I'm tweaking. You know, anytime someone finds a loophole, boom, we're gonna fix that right away. Right away. All right? So that's the third one. So we don't want anyone playing to get down. If there's like 5 seconds to get down and he shoots, and we're like this, we're like this, boom, we're gonna let it go. We're not gonna start to get down. This is, even though it's not really on the ground, at least there's a clinch. If there's a clinch, we're gonna let it go. Be standing up, and like 5 seconds to get down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let me get your back, dog. If we're like this, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. As soon as they de-clinch, get down. As soon as they separate, then we get down. Does that make sense? Yep. Any other questions?
Is it 3 overtimes?
1 minimum, 3 maximum.
Yeah. Thank you.
So if there's a submission in the first round, if it's in the top, we got to do the bottom of the round. If it's in the bottom, it's over. All right. As soon as we have a submission in overtime, we're not going to go to another round. We're going to finish that round. And there's 1 minimum on all the matches, 3 maximum. All right. And most of you guys know if you go 3 maximum and there's still no submission, we go by ride time. Real simple. All right. That gives the guy on defense the incentive to try to get out. Because if we didn't have that rule, dudes would just be like, I'm not getting out. I'm not trying to exposing my neck. I'll just stay right here. So we have to make that. We have to remedy that problem. Question.
Is it still the case that if you are defending a submission in OT, you stand up, you lift your partner higher than your hips, that's considered an escape?
Say that again?
So if it's OT, like it's arm bar, you stack, you lift the person, like you're standing, you lift them above your hip line, is that considered an escape still, or is that no longer the case?
OT, it's still, if he's still on your back and you stand up, it's still out. Okay. Now if a guy put me in a triangle and I stood up and he's like up here and we're in a triangle and my arm is not straightened, we reset on the feet. If you put someone in a triangle and they pick you all the way up and their arms aren't exposed, it's a reset on the feet. If you got a triangle and you still have the arm, it's still good. And there's absolutely no slams allowed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Beltran, he'll get into the slamming.
Okay, ladies, I know you guys need to warm up, and you guys got to get you guys warmed up and get ready for the contest. Just want to cover the slams, okay? Absolutely zero slams. Once you pick up your opponent, okay, we're here to protect you. The rules are here to be enforced, so you guys aren't injured from this contest, okay? This was serious injury. So you pick up your opponent, guide him to the ground. No slams, okay? We're not gonna tolerate that. Sportsmanship. Any questions on the slams? No slams. Throws. You guys are good with throws, okay? But as far as slams, double leg, turning the corner and dumping them, you cannot do that, okay? Also, when you're in a position where you're posting out, okay, you can post out this way here around the neck area. However, once you start grabbing the trachea, you're manipulating the trachea, and that is a foul. Do not do that. Do not manipulate by any shape, way, or form the trachea. Posting out is legal. That's a legal technique. Okay, open palm strikes. This is an amateur contest. Okay, we're here to protect you as well. Stoppages tend to be, a lot quicker on the draw because it is an amateur show where you guys are here to get experience. Also to get your objective with this is a submission. You know what I mean? That's what combat jiu-jitsu is about. And is to move on to open up the jiu-jitsu game by using open palm strikes to eventually, inevitably end with a submission, okay? However, you can end with strikes, but you guys try to keep it as clean as you guys can, okay? We're here for your safety. Keep it clean, be professional, understand it's a competitive sport, and there's times where competitors are gonna be competitors. Shit happens, we totally get it, all right? At the same time, be professional. Conduct yourself like professionals, the professionals that you are. You guys represent your schools and the sport and everything that Eddie and David and Thody here are trying to build up for this sport to try to get it to a level that's even bigger than it is, and you guys are the pioneers. Really are, okay? So let's just keep it clean. Any questions on anything, ladies?
So there's slamming and there's strikes in regulation, but not in overtime? Or
Not in overtime, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no strikes in overtime.
Okay.
No strikes.
And also one other thing too, there is a situation where we will call stalling. If we call stalling, that's a minute added to your OT. Every time you get a stalling call, it's a minute added to your OT. And the number one stalling call is going to be a guy pulls guard and the guy on top isn't trying to pass the guard. He isn't trying to pass. You don't have to, but you're going to get docked. Maybe you're like, I don't care. They could dock me 5 minutes. I'll finish him in overtime. Doesn't matter. I'll finish him in overtime. You could have that attitude, but you are going to have time added, and you better hope you damn well finish him in OT. All right. So, and there's going to be mad warning. I'm gonna talk to the guys in your corner saying your fighter's gonna get a warning call. If all it is, if you don't want to pass and it's clear you're not passing, you could pull out of leg locks and all that stuff. But after a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes, you're like, okay, this person don't even want to pass. That's gonna be a stalling call. You're gonna add a minute. All right. So if someone pulls guard, pass their guard. This is jiu-jitsu. Let's get to the action on the ground. You understand? But if you want to stand and get penalized, you can't too if you want. All right? Any other questions?
Are mat returns like considered slams?
What's a mat return?
Like not like a full suplex, but like to the side when you go rear body.
You can double leg dudes. And it's just like dumping anybody like on their neck.
Is it like slams are considered probably how high school wrestling is? If your feet come off the mat, that's a slam. If not, it's not a slam.
Look, a slam is a slam. We know exactly what a slam is. You pick up your opponent has no control of their body, and you dump them, okay?
You're trying to spike it through the mat.
Well, spike's another situation. That's just not gonna happen. A spike's when a fighter's been inverted, like a DDT, WWF. Let's not even get into all these what ifs or whatever and complicate the situation. You know what a slam is. You know when you forcefully dump somebody, and you know when you don't. And guess what? So do we. So we're not going to have that. So don't put yourselves in that position where you're risking everything you train so hard for to be disqualified for something we already talked about. Okay? Let's not overly complicate it. All right, ladies?
What considers a grounded opponent? What's that? Oh, yes.
When you're on your knees. On your knees or on your back, you're a grounded opponent.
So if someone takes a shot and they drop down, they're in the legs.
You're on your knees. You're on your knees and you created that circumstance, so therefore you can open palm strike them for sure.
Both knees? Because last time it was like three points. So if it's 2 points of contact with the floor, is that already grounded? Or does it have to be like butt?
For strikes to be legal, you got to have your butt on the ground or both your knees, right?
Yeah.
Like one knee right here, because people they started doing this, like Ray right here. He was going, remember that? Or they were doing it to you, right? Or you did it to them? Oh, it was someone else too. I thought it was you. No?
There was like 4 of you guys doing it.
Right there. That's one of those examples. Where like, okay, I gotta fix
Well,
this.
he can do it, I can do it. Yeah, that's what happened. The one did it, and then they all did it.
All right, we got a boogie woogie. Another question?
So you can't if you have to pass, right? You can't have like both feet on the ground and then just start wailing on them, right?
No, you can't.
Yeah,
If they're on their butt, you could be on your feet and wail.
Yeah,
You can wail on your feet as long as they're on the butt.
Same thing on the back. If for some reason I'm on the floor, on the ground, and I pick, she's on my
You
back.
can still strike.
Yeah.
If I got my hooks in and we're like this, you could still.
Or I can go like, still legal.
They stand up.
Yeah, close guard,
Same thing from the close guard.
Same thing from close guard. Any other questions? We good?
Hey, vital check. Don't forget, girls, this is gonna be a really important show. We have the main people from FIPAS coming around the world. So how do you want to be remembered when you see this match? Do you want us to invite you guys again? Who knows? We want some good shit, good stuff. And this is not for us, it's for the sport, it's for you girls. This platform is for the women's. So how do you want to use your time on this platform? It's up to you guys. So just a little reminder, use your time, it's for you guys.
Let's do it.